Hi there, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Famous Interviews with Famous People. I am your wonderful host, Devin Schatz, and today we have a very special guest. A man who claims he's an actor and producer and that he's funny. That's right, we have
Tom
Ashton
Cruise?
Kutcher. No, he actually is funny with all the couch jumping and the craziness and believing in that weird religion. That we have Ashton Kutcher.
Thought you were being gay.
Welcome, Ashton.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Schatz. It's a pleasure to be here today, and it's a pleasure to be alive in this great country and making millions of people, what I'm told, laugh every day. Especially when they're viewing my great new hit show.
Yeah, I don't think you make people laugh. I mean, at all.
Well, I make people laugh every day, Devin. It's a wonderful job to be a stand-up comedian, McKin. Comedian. It's a great way to be a funny person. Anyways, whether you're watching me on That 70s Show, or Punk'd, or, what's that new one called? Yeah, the new hit show that I'm on. Yeah, or whether you're watching me on my new hit show, 2.5 Men. Devin, I got a question for you. Why do they call it half men? I've been on the show for like a couple months now, and I've been having a great time working on television again, on an actual show, and not just me running around making an ass out of myself and making an ass out of the other celebrities I know. But I've never gotten why it's a half men. I keep expecting them to have a black person walk on the set. Or you could watch me in one of my many hilarious movies, like Dude, Where's My Car? Or The Killers. I was in that one, right? You sure? You keep nodding your head, Devin. I thought that was Jackie Chan. Wasn't Jackie Chan? Okay. I might have been in a movie known as Killers. And if I wasn't, it's all this asshole's fault.
Yeah, you've won several Razzies for your movies.
Well, people love me, Devin, but they just don't understand my style of comedy sometimes. And I know the face you're making right now says that you don't understand it either. And that's okay, Devin, because not everyone is supposed to get me as a stand-up comedian commodity-akin, as a funny person. Anyways, it just goes over their heads, you know? Just like how Dennis Miller or that Louis Black or Dennis Quaid, how their comedy goes completely over people's heads. I remember one time I was watching Larry the Cable Guy, and he was talking about having sex with his cousin, and I was just like, it just went over my head till one of my friends explained it to me. So, I mean, I understand if you don't get it, but they still don't need to give me Razzies. But it still says that people are watching me, and they love to see me perform. I just have a question, Devin. What's a Razzie? Oh, really? Really? I'm on Punk'd right now, aren't I? You're going to come out any minute and say, oh, you're on Punk'd.
The only thing you were halfway watchable in was That 70s Show.
Well, you know, Devin, that was a really big hit for me. It was kind of one of those breakout roles that led me to get cast in so many hilarious films. I was in that movie, Guess Who? I was in the movie Just Married. And I was in that movie with that duck.
I mean, you were watchable in That 70s Show, you know, as long as you turned the volume off and looked away from the TV and then turned the TV off.
You know, that's not right. People love me. They adore me. They love That 70s Show. They love my work in so many movies. Like The Boss's Daughter. And that movie with Stephen Martin, 2.5 Men. I'm pretty sure that was before he broke down and started only doing horrible movies that in no way relate to his earlier great stand-up comedy.
Yeah, you've won a Razzie for Worst Actor in every movie you've named so far.
Devin, it's the haters! see me succeed. So they give me these awards and they call me a bad actor. They say I'm not funny. And they say they'd like to see me die. And they say my marriage with Demi Moore is breaking up because I slept with a really hot, slutty blonde girl in a hot tub after telling her me and Demi were over. These are all just evil lies fabricated by the media and perhaps really slutty blonde girls so that I can sleep with them. And for all you really slutty blonde girls out there, I in no way endorse or deny the fact that I am still with Demi Moore. I'm sure I was going well. I had a point to this, Devin, but I've forgotten what it is now, so I think you just need to ask another one of your foolish questions.
It wasn't good. It really wasn't. It was a horrible, horrible movie that's currently in the Guantanamo Bay screening schedule.
You see, Devin? I told you the people love me. I'm bigger than Jesus. I'm bigger than Gandhi. I'm bigger than Martin Luther King Jr. Hell, I'm even bigger than Galactus. Why are you looking at me like that? Galactus is a real person. I read about him all the time in Marvel Comics. There's it's a valid news source, Devin. It is completely valid. How else could you believe in Spider-Man? Spider-Man. Only Ashton Kutcher can. He's Spider-Man, swings a web. Kind of guy that you want to bet. Look out. Here comes the Spider-Man. Yes, Devin, that song was called for. You're being a hater, Devin.
Now let's talk about growing up for you.
Devin, I'm glad you asked that. Give me 1 second, Devin. Was it glued? No, it's glued. I grew up in Iowa, North Carolina. What do you mean I wasn't in North Carolina? I was told from an early age I grew up in North Carolina. It was Iowa. You sure it wasn't Detroit? No, I'm sure it was Detroit. Well, Devin, I grew up somewhere. It was a friendly community. They all loved me. And everybody knew your name, and they'd call you out. They'd call it out when you walked into the bar. They'd be like, "Hi, Ashton." And I'd be like, "Hi, everybody." And then a big fat guy would come give me a hug, and there'd be this bitchy blonde girl. No, that is not the premise to Cheers, Devin. That was my childhood. I grew up in a bar. Well, anyways, during high school, I played on the high school football team, and I had like 15 tackles and 17 sacks and over 300 yards rushing and 400 yards catching. The whole team got injured one time, and I had to sub in for them. And then we won that game, like 48-2. Yeah, that's how good I was. Stanford wanted to offer me a scholarship, but I turned them down because I knew my true love lay in the world of acting.
Yeah, according to the people taking stats at the time you played football, you played as a wide receiver and had over 30 drop passes.
Devin, that is just the haters again. They're trying to tell on me. I mean, back in the day it was Marsha, and now it's Ashton. And I was a standout athlete who was offered a scholarship to Stanford and Boise State, and I was also offered a scholarship to Purdue and Quantum Physics University. Yeah, Quantum Physics University, Devin. Yeah, I know you've never heard of it because it's that elite. They only let the best and the brightest in, Devin. Yeah, that's who I am. I'm the best and the brightest. But then I messed up and lost it all. One fateful day when my girlfriend and I were driving our car down the highway, and the road was wet and it was storming, and we lost control and we spun out and we hit a tree. And my girlfriend was injured, and I had to fake that I broke my leg so that she wouldn't know that I was unbreakable and really a superhero.
Now, how did you mess up and lose them?
It was during this rough patch in my life that I just wanted to lash out at everybody and everything. I broke into a school one night, and I robbed it, I stole all of their computers, and I ripped up all the homework, and I put a big flaming pumpkin on the principal's desk, and I put shaving cream all over the walls, and I put stuffed hamsters all over, and then the ghost of Charles Dickinson came to me, and he said, "Ashton, this is not the way, my son." And I said, "Obi-Wan, is that you?" And then he corrected me that he was Charles Dickinson because I didn't know who that was because, Devin, I was never a good student. But then he said, "Ashton, you should be a..." And I said, "Jedi." And he said, "No, actor, but still, it's close." And from then on, Devin, I knew my path in life. The path of a great actor, thanks to the ghost of Charles Dickinson. I still want to be a